I'm 83 years old, and I need to tell you something that I've carried in silence for far too long. Everything you think you know about success, about sacrifice, about doing what's best for your family, it's completely wrong. You see, I spent my life building a business, climbing the ladder, collecting titles and awards. People called me unstoppable, a man who had it all. But here's the truth nobody ever told me. While I was chasing numbers, deals, and deadlines, I was destroying the family I claimed to be working for. My wife, my children. I ignored them completely. And by the time I realized it, it was too late to fix anything. I have the house, the car, the bank account, the accolades. But when I come home now, the walls are silent. The chairs at the dinner table are empty, and I'm left with this gnawing emptiness that no achievement can fill. I look back and I see birthdays I missed, school plays I never attended, and quiet nights when my children waited for me to come home, and I never did. I want you to understand something before I tell you everything that happened. Success feels good until you see who it cost you. It's not just about money or prestige. It's about presence, about love, about the moments you can never get back. And I lost all of it, piece by piece, while I told myself I'm doing this for them. It'll all be worth it someday. But it wasn't. Not for them, not for me. And now, sitting here alone, I see the full weight of my choices. Every missed dinner, every broken promise, every absent hug, it's stacked up, and I'm running out of time to make sense of it all. Before I tell you what happened, you need to understand this. The life I built for success is a house built on sand, and the foundation I destroyed was my own family. The story really begins in 1979. I was 36 years old, full of ambition, and convinced that I was on the path to greatness. My wife, Margaret, had just given birth to our first child, a daughter named Emily. I remember holding her tiny hand and telling myself, once I get this next deal, once the business stabilizes, everything will be perfect. Margaret smiled at me, tired but trusting, and said, "I know you're working hard for us. We'll wait." I believed her. At the time, I thought I was building a life for them. I told myself I was securing their future. We had friends, too, Jim and Laura, neighbors who had known us since college. They were family in a way, always dropping by with casseroles, always checking in. Yet somehow, even in those early days, I was absent. I missed Emily's first steps, distracted by calls from clients, caught in meetings that I convinced myself were urgent. Margaret left little notes in Emily's lunchbox, tiny drawings that said, "Daddy, come home soon." I read them once, smiled, and folded them neatly into a drawer, promising myself I'd cherish them later. Then came our son, Michael, born in 1982. By then, I was 39, and the business was growing faster than I imagined. I thought I could manage both career and family, but that was the first lie I told myself. I told myself, just a few more years, then I'll have time for them. Michael's tiny voice calling my name in the evening barely reached me over the ringing of the office phone. Margaret stayed patient, her eyes tired but full of hope. "It's okay," she'd say. "We understand. We'll wait." And we did. Or at least they waited. I rationalized everything. Missed birthdays, missed school plays, skipped soccer games. I convinced myself it was temporary. The truth is, it wasn't temporary. That was the lie I told myself for decades. I thought presents could be bought later, as if time with your children could be replaced by trips, toys, or money. Looking back now, I realized that the foundation of my family life was already cracking in those first few years. The patience of my wife, the trust of my children, they were gifts I assumed would never run out. But gifts, as I would painfully learn, have a shelf life. 1985. Emily was 6 years old. I had promised her I would attend the school recital. I remember sitting in my office, phone ringing off the hook, contracts to sign, meetings to attend. Margaret called. "He's waiting for you," she said softly. I told her, "Just a little longer. I have to finish this." I finished the deal, but Emily performed that night without me. I didn't even know if she looked for me in the audience. I told myself it was just one recital. One missed moment won't ruin everything. 1988, Michael was 5, his first soccer game. I promised I'd be there, I really did, but a client needed me in another city. I bought him a soccer ball as a consolation and left. I remember Margaret watching me leave, her face a mixture of frustration and sadness. "He'll understand," she whispered, though I could see the doubt in her eyes. That doubt grew over the years. 1995, Emily was 16, high school graduation. I had finally achieved a title I'd been chasing for years, vice president of the company. I told myself, this is my moment. Once I make it here, I'll have time for them. But the day came, and I didn't. Margaret drove Emily to the ceremony without me. I stayed late at the office, rationalizing. They'll forgive me. I've worked so hard for them. That night, I found a small note under my door. "We waited. You weren't there." I folded it, put it away, and returned to work. 2001, Michael turned 18, a milestone birthday. I promised him a trip, a father-son weekend. Work demanded otherwise. He didn't ask again. Emily had stopped asking years earlier. She had learned. Michael had learned. My absences had taught them to expect nothing, to stop hoping. I rationalized, I'm leaving them a legacy. They'll thank me one day. But legacy doesn't replace presence. 2005, Emily married. I sat in a suit in the back row. I made a toast, careful, polite. Margaret smiled at me, but I could see it, the polite, distant smile of someone who has learned to survive without you. Emily hugged me briefly. Michael shook my hand. No tears, no warmth, just a cordial acknowledgement. I had everything I thought I wanted, yet the faces that mattered most were blank. Every missed moment was stacked on the last. Soccer games, school plays, birthday parties, hospital visits, I missed them all. And with each absence, their expectations of me shrank. I had thought I was sacrificing for them, but really I was sacrificing them for myself. The drawings Emily left on the fridge, the little notes in lunchboxes, the shy glances from Michael, all reminders of what I ignored. By the time I realized it, they had stopped looking for me altogether. I told myself, I'll make it up later. Later never came. Later became too late. And as the years passed, the distance solidified. Not out of anger alone, but out of survival. They had learned to carry life without me. I had built a life of achievement and hollow victories, while my family grew accustomed to a father who existed in absentia. It was March 2010. I was 77 years old. Emily called me that morning. Her voice was calm, but there was something beneath it I couldn't place. "Dad, I want you to come," she said. "It's important." I thought it was one of those calls that could be postponed, something I could rationalize away. But something in her tone tugged at me. When I arrived, I found Emily sitting in the living room of her new home, her hands folded tightly in her lap. Michael was there too, quiet, arms crossed. Margaret sat in the kitchen doorway, her eyes tired, her back straighter than I remembered. They didn't smile when I walked in. That should have been my first warning. Emily spoke first. "Dad, you've missed everything. I don't know if you even understand what that means." Her voice cracked, just slightly, but enough. Birthdays, school recitals, first kisses, graduations, every single moment you promised you'd be there, you weren't. I tried to explain, fumbling for words. I was working for you, for all of you. I thought I was building a better life. Michael shook his head. "You didn't build anything for us, Dad. You built something for yourself. We grew up learning to live without a father, and now it's too late to change that." Margaret's voice was low, steady, and it cut through me more sharply than any argument. "I waited for you for 40 years. I told myself you'd come around. You never did. We survived without you, and you're still not here." I sat there, the weight of my life pressing down on me. The trophies, the titles, the promotions, they all felt meaningless. My children's eyes held no love, no expectation, just a quiet resignation. That should have been my wake-up call, but I didn't fully grasp it at the time. I wanted to say something, anything, to fix it, but nothing could. They were right. I had destroyed the thing that mattered most. In chasing success, I had made myself absent in the only place that counted. I had spent decades believing I could buy back their love, believing they would forgive all the missed moments. But the truth hit me with a clarity that no rationalization could soften. I had run out of time. I could not undo the years I'd been absent. When I left that day, I walked out into the crisp March air, my chest tight, my hands empty. I had everything I thought I wanted, and nothing that actually mattered. The house felt colder than it ever had, even when I lived alone during business trips. I realized with a sickening clarity that love once lost cannot always be reclaimed. By the time I understood, the people I loved most had moved on, not with anger, not with malice, but with the quiet, necessary distance that comes when hope has been exhausted. And I was left to sit with the hollow echo of my own choices. After that day, my life didn't fall apart the way movies make it seem. It became quieter, colder. Success didn't disappear, but meaning did. The business continued to thrive. My name was still respected. My bank account kept growing. People still asked for my advice, still praised my discipline, my sacrifice. They called me an example. I smiled when they said it, but inside, I knew the truth. Everything I had worked for felt like cardboard, impressive from a distance, completely hollow up close. I tried to fix things. Of course I did. I started calling more often, sending messages, birthday cards with handwritten notes that felt awkward, like they were written by a stranger trying too hard. Emily replied politely, "Thank you, Dad." Michael responded when he had to. Short sentences, no warmth, no anger either, just distance. We're civil now, pleasant, but we're not close. I attended family events like a guest instead of a father. At Emily's daughter's birthday, I stood off to the side, unsure where to place myself. I brought an expensive gift. She smiled, thanked me, and moved on. No lingering conversation, no shared memories, just politeness. I wasn't part of the inner circle. I never had been. Margaret and I spoke occasionally. The conversations were careful, shallow. Weather, health, logistics. Once I asked her if we could have dinner together, just the two of us. She paused for a long time before saying, "I don't think that would be a good idea." There was no bitterness in her voice, just finality. That hurt more than anger ever could. The worst moments come at night, sitting alone in a quiet house I worked my whole life to afford. I scroll through old photos, ones I wasn't in. Emily's childhood, Michael growing up, Margaret smiling without me beside her. I'm missing from my own family history. I have grandchildren now. They know my name. They don't know me. That's the permanence of it. This isn't a phase. This isn't something time will heal. I missed the window when relationships are built, when trust is formed, when love grows naturally. You don't get to skip those years and return later expecting closeness. I have everything money can buy, and I am completely alone. Here's what I learned too late. After 83 years of living and 40 years of excuses. The lie everyone believes is that sacrifice today guarantees happiness tomorrow. It doesn't. It only guarantees that today is gone forever. You've been told the same thing I was told. Work harder now so you can enjoy life later. Miss this dinner. Skip that birthday, take the call, close the deal. They'll understand, they'll wait. That's the lie. And it's a convincing one, because it sounds responsible, it sounds noble, it sounds like love. But here's the truth no one tells you. Your company doesn't love you. It can't. It will replace you without hesitation. Your title will be forgotten. Your achievements will be summarized in a paragraph, if that. Your family is different. They remember everything. They remember who showed up and who didn't. They remember empty chairs at school plays, promises broken, nights spent waiting. You think you're invisible when you're gone, but absence is loud. Absence teaches people how to live without you. Success is cruel that way. It rewards you immediately and charges the real price later when you're too old to pay it back. The irony is brutal. By the time you finally have the freedom you worked for, the people you wanted to share it with have moved on. Their lives are full. Yours is quiet. Here's what took me decades to understand. Presence is the only currency that matters. Not presents, not vacations you promise someday, not money left behind. Presence, being there, listening, sitting in the room without checking your phone, showing up even when it's inconvenient. Employees forget, clients move on, numbers reset every quarter, family remembers. If you take nothing else from my life, take this. You don't build a meaningful life by being impressive. You build it by being present. And the tragedy is that most people don't realize this until the silence gets loud enough to finally hear it. By then, it's often too late. If I could tell my 36-year-old self one thing, I'd scream it across time. Stop lying to yourself. Stop thinking that work, ambition, and money are more important than the people who love you. Stop believing that later will make up for now. Later doesn't exist. It never arrives the way you imagine. Stop missing birthdays. Stop skipping school plays. Stop promising, "I'll make it up next week," and then never showing up. Stop letting calls go unanswered and notes unread. Stop thinking you're too busy to notice the small moments. They are the moments. Start showing up. Start listening. Start hugging without excuses, without distractions, without looking at the clock. Start noticing the little things: your child's first step, your spouse's tired smile, the quiet hand held in the car on the way home. Start being present, truly present. Start forgiving yourself when you fail, but don't use forgiveness as an excuse to delay. Start making time a priority over money. Start writing letters, taking photos, keeping memories, but more importantly, being there to live them. Here's the one thing I'd whisper to my younger self, the thing I would pound into him if I could. Love doesn't wait. Life doesn't wait. The years you waste thinking you're securing the future are years you'll never get back. The core truth is simple, but it's the hardest lesson to learn. Time with people matters more than anything you can ever earn or achieve. Presence beats presence. Listening beats lecturing. Showing up beats promising. Every missed moment is gone forever, and no amount of success will ever replace it. If I could go back, I wouldn't just change a day or a week. I would change my priorities entirely. I would measure life in hugs, dinners, conversations, and quiet evenings, not promotions, not deals, not trophies. Because in the end, the only thing that lasts, the only thing that truly counts, is the love you gave while you had the chance. And I wasted most of mine. I see you out there, working late, checking emails at dinner, promising your kids, your spouse, your friends, "Later, I'll be there." You're lying to them. And worse, you're lying to yourself. I know the excuses. This deal is important. She'll understand. They'll forgive me. I'll make it up someday. I said all of those things too, and I believed them for decades, until the years ran out, and I realized my children had stopped expecting me. My wife had stopped waiting. Time doesn't wait. It doesn't pause for apologies, for promises, for plans. Every missed recital, every birthday, every school play, every quiet moment when your presence mattered, those moments are gone, gone forever. No one remembers the work you did instead, only the absence, only the silence you left behind. Things will never slow down. There will always be another meeting, another deadline, another opportunity to tell yourself it's just this once. There will always be a reason to be somewhere else, to put your ambitions ahead of your family. But here's the truth. The clock is ticking. Every day you choose work over presence. Every night you choose ambition over love. You are spending the only currency that cannot be replenished: time. You still have a chance. Maybe your children are young. Maybe your spouse still looks at you with hope. Maybe your parents are still waiting for you to show up. Don't waste it. Stop letting the hamster wheel of life convince you that later is enough. Later is a lie. Close your laptop. Go home. Be present. Sit at the dinner table. Hold their hand. Listen. Notice. Laugh with them. Cry with them. Remember, they will never forget if you do. And if you wait too long, neither will you, only because it will be too late. Ask yourself, when the years have passed, when your achievements are tallied and your trophies dusted, will you be proud of what you earned or devastated by what you lost? The choice is yours, and time doesn't wait. I'm 83 years old now. I have everything I ever worked for: wealth, recognition, a name that carries weight. And yet, I am empty, truly empty. The offices, the awards, the business deals, they mean nothing when I sit in a quiet house with no one to greet me. I would give it all, the titles, the money, the respect, for one evening with Emily and Michael when they were children, one bedtime story, one birthday I didn't miss, one hug I promised but never delivered. But I can't have that. Time doesn't go backwards. The past doesn't reopen its doors, no matter how deeply you regret the choices you made. I have moments of gratitude, too. I am grateful for the patience my wife had, for the fleeting smiles of my children, for the life I was allowed to live. But gratitude cannot erase absence. It cannot bring back the lost laughter or the conversations that never happened. The permanent loss is my constant companion. I see it in the way Emily talks politely when I call. I feel it in the quiet nod of Michael when I visit. I hear it in Margaret's measured words when she answers the phone. We are civil, we are polite, but we are not a family, not in the way I had imagined. And the final wisdom, the one truth I carry with me every day, is simple. Presence is everything. Achievements fade, money fades, influence fades. Love and attention, the time you spend with people who matter, lasts. I have learned too late, and now I live with that quiet, unyielding truth every single day. Close your laptop. Put down your phone. Go home. Be present. I'm not saying this to make you feel guilty. I'm saying it because time won't wait, and neither will the people you love. I see you making the same mistakes I did, promising later I'll be there, checking emails at dinner, skipping birthdays, missing school plays, thinking work is more important than the little hands that reach for you, the small voices that call your name. Those moments are disappearing right now, and if you wait too long, they're gone forever. Spend today differently. Sit at the dinner table. Laugh with your children. Listen to your spouse. Notice the small things, the smiles, the questions, the quiet glances. These are the things that matter. They remember everything. Your emails, your deals, your promotions, they forget. You still have time, but only if you start now. Tell me, when your years have passed, will you be proud of what you earned or heartbroken by what you missed? Think carefully. The choice is yours.